Right, welcome back. Moving swiftly on with my next project. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a really good New Year. You know, you got to go back to work a day later. Boo hiss. Anyway, this is one of the kits I got for Christmas. I got 2 kits for Christmas, and the next kit is going to be another Halo kit to continue on after the Warthog. And I'm really well chuffed with my son's generosity on this. So thank you to my son Darren for that. Anyway, here's the next kit. Going on to my chest freezer, as you can see, it is the Revell Halo UNSC Pelican Dropship. Not bad at all. You see the box art, it's not too bad. It says collect them all. As you know, I've just built the Warthog, which was my last project. So putting that down, you see I've laid all the parts out. Now, inside the box you get 2 of these little blister pack things to hold the 2 main big parts there. You got there's a few bits and bobs as well, so I took that out. And basically what I've done is all the parts which are pretty much loose and a couple were bagged, I just whacked them in that Haribo sweet tub so I don't lose them. Right, so you've got the 2 main parts of the hull, as you can see. This is the lower half of the fuselage, as it were. Lines are pretty sweet, not too bad. I apologise for the lack of light. There's not much light coming through the window, it's a crap day. And there's the top half of the hull, as you can see. You've got the opening for the cockpit area and the actual canopy. You see that again, the lines ain't too bad. Underneath as well, you've got all them mounting holes and where all the tabs have got to go in. Now, some of the small parts are quite bagged, so what I've done is I've just left them in the bags. I think these are the exhausts and the intakes. Then you've got some various little fixings, and you can just about see that green Master Chief figure there and the main pilot. You can see they're smaller than my thumb. So these figures are tiny, probably like the X-Wing figures from that Bandai kit, if you remember. There's the canopy. That was loose. So what I've done is some parts were bagged. I've just wrapped it up in the bag to keep it protected and not so it don't get scratched. You can see all the various bits and bobs in my Haribo sweet tub. I'm not going to go into detail what they are. Well, apart from this bit here, you got 2 halves of this. You got like the interior for the troops, because this is a troop carrier dropship. Going on to the instructions, you can see that I've ticked off all the parts, hence the Haribo tub. And you can see that it looks fairly straightforward. Like I said, it's all snap kit, no flash, no sprues, much like the Warthog. And you get your decal placement there. And then on the last page it tells you got to pull that tab out for the sounds, which is, there's the cockpit, and there's the little tab you got to pull out. And you can see there's a screw there so you can replace the batteries with them little button batteries. And last but not least, the actual sticker stroke decal sheet. Now these are stickers, so you're going to have to really rub these down so they don't come off, much like on the Warthog. But not too bad. You get all the markings there. Nice big UNSC Eagle logo there, not bad at all. Anyway, now that's all done with the box review, it's now time to start with this kit. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. As you can see, I've started work on the Pelican. And just a bit more detail on the interior area for where the troopers come out. You can see that the detail is really nice and crisp. You can see those seats there. But again, once all this has been put in and then the top goes on top, you're not going to really see the interior detail. I mean, I suppose you could light this up, but I don't know how the hell I'm going to light this up. So I'm just going to not really do anything with the interior. It's a shame, but I'm not going to drill holes and fill in just to put a little dinky LED in there. Stay with me. So welcome back. As you can see, cockpit is into place. You just push that in and you make sure your little speaker pokes through the bottom. Once that's done, you get the two halves of the interior drop area. Just push them together and then push them down. There's a couple of notches there, and you can see into those notches there. Just push those into place. So now this is ready for the top half to go on top of that. Stay with me. Right, a few minutes later, construction is going very quickly indeed. As you can see, I've got the top part of the hull on now. I've also put a little intake on there, a little yellow intake. I've also put a wing on the top there. I've put that back plate on with those twin exhausts. You can probably just about met them out as per the plans. So the plans call for you to put all that together, the interior drop area, push that into place, and you put the roof on, as it were. And you've got that little intake. Turn the paper over. You've got the plate and the two exhausts. You put the exhaust in first, then you put the wing on, and that's pretty much it so far. I've just got to do these out. I've also put that ramp in, as you can see. There, the ramp's already in. That will come down and expose the interior. But very swift work so far. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. A few minutes work after that. I've now done the two wing assemblies. Basically, you've got the two bottom parts, which are W and X respectively. Then you've got your exhausts there, as you can see. You put that into place on both of those, and then you get this plate here, which will be T and U respectively, and you just slot that into place, which locks that down. And then you get the intake here, which is R and S respectively, and you just push that into place as per the plans. You can see all the relevant letters. Now I will show you, if I can get it to pick it up. You can see that this part has got BB in it, inside of it. Now some of the parts will have letters, some won't. So you'll have to try, and the ones that haven't, you just got to go by shape. Especially these intakes here, which are marked as V. You just got to go via shape, because there wasn't any lettering on the inside of that. So that's the wings done. Stay with me. Mounted one of the wings on, as you can see, and it basically, the plans call for you to mount them onto that little notch with a locking clip, and then that locking clip goes into that hole. That one went on fairly easy. This one is proving a bit more difficult, so I'm going to try and get this on, because this will move a bit, it will bend slightly, so I'm hoping I don't snap that part. Let's see what happens. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. Putting all the thrusters together, as you can see, I've noticed on the plans that Revell have made a mistake. Going to the plans, you can see BB has that thruster vent facing outer to the left, and then on AA it's got that vent facing to the right. But on the parts, as you can see, there's AA. AA is actually facing to the left, which BB should be, and BB's part there, the vent, is actually facing to the right, which AA should be. Again, bear with me. Right, now you've got the bottom parts of the thrusters. GG, according to it, goes on to BB, and HH, according to it, goes on to AA. That's also wrong. Just turning these bits over, GG, I've actually test fitted this, actually goes on to AA, and HH actually goes on to BB. So when you come across these parts and you look at the plans yourself, you'll realise they've made a mistake. I just thought I'd better tell you about this. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. I've now got, according to the plans, the thrusters and the landing legs ready to go into the side of the Pelican. Now, as you can see, you've got a mounting peg with a little locking bracket, much like on the wing. So you can see the little hole there, that obviously goes onto there like that, and you've got to push that into place so it snaps. So that obviously snaps into place, and then the actual locking brackets lock into that. Then you've got the landing arms, which are EE and FF. They've actually got that right. And then them little pegs there with the little locking notch, they go into the side of there, in that little hole there, as you can see. So hopefully these should go in a hell of a lot easier than this wing did. Stay with me. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, I've now put the thrusters and the landing legs into place. You can see the landing legs and pushed in. To be honest, getting them to push into the hole and getting the retaining clips to click into place, it was a bit stiff, to be honest, but I managed to do it. I was a bit worried that I might snap the actual retaining arm, but luckily I didn't. You can see these three move as well. With the thrusters, on the previous update where I'd laid it on the actual mat, just to show you, I'd actually laid them upside down. The thruster vents should actually be pointing to the floor, as it were. And then you've got this little detail piece there, as you can see. On the plans, it calls you to put that on the bottom. Again, very, very stiff to get them into the locking notches to go into the hole. Again, I was afraid I might snap the locking arm, but luckily, again, I didn't. And eventually it did clip into place. So that's that done. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. Just over an hour later, say about an hour and 20 minutes, the Pelican is in its final construction stages with only a couple of bits I've got to put in. Excuse me. Right, I've took the clear canopy part out of the bag. That'll obviously go into there. Then you get these little tiny figures. You got one for the chief. He's got a little part in his back there, as you can see. And you got one for the pilot. Again, a little dinky part in her back, as you can see. And they go into the little holes there, as you can see. 1, 2. Right, now you've got these little dinky vents. You've got 2 dark grey ones with clear little mounting notches. And then you've got a lighter grey one with a little notch on there, which I've already mounted one in on the side, as you can see. Right, now according to the plans, you put the dark grey ones with the little dinky clear parts into the front. Now if you can just make it out, you can see that little clear part there. That is actually an LED that comes with a kit, which is part of the cockpit, which actually lights the cockpit up. It's a shame it doesn't light the bloody interior up. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Oh well, never mind. So you got the other one there. So the dark grey ones will go into there, and then the lighter grey ones will go in at the back, as you can see on that side. Right, putting that down. So pretty much all I've got to do now is just put the stickers on and weather this. Not bad for just over about an hour and 20 minutes. Stay with me.